Anthony John. I am the ITF Development Officer as well as the ITF representative for this event, and I am to oversee the event to make sure it runs smoothly, to work together with the organizing committee, which is the tournament director, the referee. And the event is the 13 and under Development Championship. We've been having this event for the past 12, 13 years. The event moves around from each island every year based on who would like to host the event. The reason why we call it the Development Championships is for young, promising tennis players who have just, they would say, now arrived on the scene to some extent, and they're getting their basically first or second tastes of international competition at a unique format.
How long is this tournament supposed to run for?
It runs for 1 week. It ends on Saturday. It starts with a round robin event for the first 2 days, today and tomorrow, and then they have feeding consolation where you will have the winners and people who do not win the first round match, they're playing a consolation match. So at the end of the event, everybody is placed from 1 to whatever the numbers are.
Okay.
As development championships, you have a lot of restrictions in terms of the events. For instance, like in these events, you will have to get the passports of the coach. You will have to have nationalities, the players representing the country have passports of that country. In this event, the player does not have to have the passport of that country. But once they're living in the country and they're playing tennis and they're supported by the association, they can participate. They're round robin into the feeding consolation. The formats can be changed according to what we would like to achieve in the event. For instance, we may have, if we're doing doubles, we might have a consolation for doubles. So those are the kind of changes that we could make in events like this.
How many Tobago participants are in the match?
Tobago, I believe it's 2 boys from Tobago. Players are from Trinidad. And the Trinidad Tobago team is actually 6 players and 2 girls and 4 boys.
Okay. And is there like any prize or is there anything that you're working towards at the end of the tournament?
At the end of the tournament, what the ITF is looking for is the best talented players. Basically, sometimes the best talented may not be the ones who win. It might be talent with ones who worked hard, probably they were unfortunate in a match that they have lost. And then we look at how they train. We look at the possible tournaments they plan to compete in the future. We look at how we try to talk to the coaches about how their nutrition is, if they're people who eat junk food or if they eat healthy. Because at the end of the day, we're going to select players for our training camp, which is also going to be in Tobago in October. These players will be working under 2 coaches at the training camp. All the expenses are going to be included by the ITF. And from this training camp, there's a possibility that these players could be selected to ITF touring teams in 2013.
And how many countries are involved?
I believe the last count I had was about 10.
How many players?
You would have at least about 19 to 20 boys, about 12 to 13 girls.
What prizes are on offer if there are?
That we'll get is trophies. They have at the end medals, first, second, and third, both doubles and singles.